Today's gonna be a little bit of prepping some of this wood. This is gonna go around my exterior. And what I'm doing is I'm prepping it with this material here. I can go without spilling it. It's Minwax. What's that called? Helmsman's Spar Urathane. Indoor-outdoor. It's for waterproofing the material, so I'm going to go ahead and put a nice light coat on there and a couple coats. Goes on this clear. So I'm just going to do these now and cut them later, and then wherever I cut it, I'll also prep that area. Here I'll just do back and forth, the top, sides, once it dries, flip it over to the other side. I don't know how well the camera picks it up from that distance, but you can see it going on. Temperature's good in here, humidity's good, so it'll cure good. I'll go ahead and treat these up, just because they're going to be against the outside and exposed to potentially some moisture. So, want to make sure, I got you so low, want to make sure that it doesn't absorb any water, doesn't have to. Got these guys all coated up, ready to dry overnight. This stuff here. Might do another coat, not sure. I'll see how they look like when they're all dry. See if I could feel any wood grain or it's all sealed up properly. And again, they're just gonna go under here. So they're not going to be exposed to water, but I might as well waterproof them as much as I can. And supposedly this is some of the best stuff on the market. Spar Urathane, clear glass. So to give you a little update, I got that kind of ledger in and support. So what I did is I took my 2x3 and I glued it with this stuff, PL Max. It's incredibly powerful. Glued it, got a little hanger there, and then I put some screws in it. These screws right here kind of hold it down. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this side. And what I decided, once you do it, you just clean it up, acetoned it, got it all nice and ready for a bond between that glue and the wood. And now what I'll do is I'll put this piece in, glue it and screw it. And these are just my little guides from pre-existing holes. I just want to kind of see the trajectory of how they were drilled. So then when I put in my screw in its place, I'll just follow the same kind of holes. If not, I'll drill myself a little hole. Just as a guide, even though those are self-tapping. Yeah, these are little hangers. I'm gonna put it like that. Once I got it in, this will go like this. And here, where the sill is, there's nothing goes underneath it. So this will go straight through, but it won't glue from this point forward. I'll just use from that point to there. And then that little point there, and this here, there's no glue in there, because then you have the option to raise or lower that. More than likely I'm going to remove it somehow and raise it, because I think my floor is going to finish somewhere around here. So I might have to do some snipping and raise this guy up. But I'll hit pause, set the camera up, and do it. There we go. So we'll get at it. Yeah, it seems like planning this stuff is the biggest headache. So what should I start with? I think I'll start with get some glue. Glue on. Just put some. Where that one's going to go right there. Now, what will I do? Oh yeah, I will get this guy in place. The bead. Oh yeah. Better kind of eyeball it. I don't want to glue in that door jam. There was one spot there was a bit of a gap there, so I'm gonna go a little heavier. None of these are structural. Like when this was aluminum, I could move it with my fingers. How it was built, I think it was used just for the flooring. Its purpose was. So this will be a nice water seal too for anything trying to come in. Plus it'll do it to the frame. Structurally glue it because this stuff is incredibly strong. Like once this is bonded, it's not coming apart. That's for sure. I don't know if you ever used this glue before, but yeah, it's I was thinking of using 5200, but that's just way too expensive. I'm going to use it for when I repair my aluminum on the side over there, but for this stuff, it's not needed. This stuff is just as good. There, got that. Now I will get this in place. That's nice and tight. Put that in place right there. Another one. Actually over here. I could wedge something under there just to get that up. Because that's not taking a screw right now. I always think of things last minute. Smooth out this glue like this. Like I said, once this bonds, it's not coming out. And this is quick set, so just smooth out with our finger and clean up our finger. Get that nice and tight so it squishes out. feel it on the back side. It's like plush. Well, I'll smooth that out later. So yeah, that's good, that's good. What I'll do now, I'll get a bit more. I'm trying to work fast because that glue does set quick. Shit. Get that screw in first. Oh, great, where did I put that bit? I think that's one. I'll get these Robinsons. What I've been doing too is I've actually been putting a little glue in the screw because it is stainless. Stainless has almost the same galvanic kind of response, I guess, as aluminum. So that's what I went with. Strip that sucker. Stripped it. Bent. I actually bent it. I wonder if it's because that Minwax. Let's try a different bit. How many of these do I got left? Not many. I think I just got the angle off. I'll put a little bit of glue. Let that chase down and get in between the aluminum and the contact. Might as well, eh? Any little bit helps. I just put it all over the screw. Oh yeah, this guy. This guy. Same as all this, I just cover it with the glue. Why not, right? Less chance of water getting in there and doing its thing. Oh, fucking back is killing me. And then there's any spot I see where water can get in, just cover it up. Styrofoam pieces everywhere. Okay, there's that. Yeah, like I said, just put a bit on the treads, and it works its way up and goes underneath the head. So then that head is kind of got that layer underneath it. So a lot of it's not in contact with the aluminum. And then one more screw right there. Actually, I might take this out. Yeah, I'm pretty much as tight as it's gonna get. Last screw, hopefully I don't fuck it up. I didn't think about it anymore. Just to give you an idea too, these are the screws that were in it. There's the camera. These are the ones I got. Ones that were in it are a lot more aggressive, but these are tapping screws, and they grab the wood just fine and the aluminum just fine. It's whatever you could find. Have this one set now. Straight up and down. forgot my stupid glue trick. Glue everywhere. Everywhere glue. Glue, glue, glue. Oh, it'd be good if I had the right fucking Robertson head. That's good enough for me. This is like liquid nails anyway. Screws are just kind of to help it right now for this glue to cure. It's quick, but it'll take a good solid 24 hours before that's never coming apart. Here, I just don't like a little wedge. To be able to that'll be good. That set up. Was planning on getting the floor on tonight, but or like at least one section of it. But I want that to set up properly first. Yeah, I just want this to bond first. And then show you what else I did. So that's done. So now the plywood will slide. It'll slide under there. That should be 3/4 of an inch. Exactly right there. Here's my tape measure. And it is a little tight, but that's all right. So that'll slide under there, and then I'll also glue it and then screw it from the underside all the way around. And we'll go onto this frame. I got 3 holes here and 3 holes here. Where am I here? I got this camera backwards. And then on this one. So I'm going to put down, I'm not going to have, my seams are going to be on top of these somewhat joists. So it doesn't work out to 48 inches. I'm going to have to rip this piece so it's half and half. And then we'll do the next one. Same thing, it's not going to be 48 inches. Maybe another rip from that beam over there to here is 45. So that'll be another rip. So I'm going lengthways with it. I don't want any seams where there's a gap. Anywho, that's that. Maybe I'll flip the camera around here. Hot. There, kind of a better angle. So just to show you what I did. Yeah, put that 2x3 under there, glued and screwed. Over there, glued and screwed. I got my somewhat of a header, I guess it could be considered, across the back. 3 2x6s, or yeah, 2x6s sandwiched together, glued and screwed, carrying the load. Might double up where that last aluminum one is. I don't like it all there by itself. I got these temporary ones up now because I got all the insulation and skin removed, which actually gives it quite a bit of structure. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to sandwich a 2x4 or get another 1x1 aluminum and go all the way up. Or even if it's just a 1x1 piece of wood, just enough to take that load. Like if I have a 1x1 piece of aluminum or wood all the way up and glued to that, compressive strength wise is, you know, really high. That would take care of any of my worries. Because it seems like this is where all the loads are. Everything else doesn't seem to have any. So I'm guessing the front of this trailer has the same sort of header setup. This is my mess, trying to work in here in a tight space is proving very challenging. It'd be easier to build a house than to do this inside here. This is where I'm at. So I'll go there so I'll put down a sheet. Another sheet, 4 feet will take me right to there. It'll have to have some fancy cuts on it where I could get this wheel well kind of screwed to the top. They're very, very flimsy. And then we will see how it is. Once I put on the one with this opening here of, you know, what it is, 40 inches or something. Once I put on the one, then the foam insulation, and then my 5/8 OSB, if I step on it and I got any bounce, more than likely I'll figure something out to get rid of that. I have some ideas, but I don't want to stick in any other framing across it. Just don't really feel like doing that. Yeah, that is where I'm at. Hopefully if anybody ever has one of these ultralights, they're going to run into the same thing, because I seen one video, I forget her name, she has an ultralight, but she doesn't really show much detail. And I actually had more outriggers that actually support underneath. So more than likely what I'm going to do too in the future is, once I get this floor on, how that is supported will be supported right underneath the door jamb and connected to the frame, but everything else just floats. So I wouldn't mind where that is there, how that's supporting the back end of the trailer, doing somewhat the same here just to be symmetrical. And then the loads, however they work, will sit the same, just because that's the failure side and potentially it could have something to do with that. So how that supports the back end of the trailer directly to the frame. Once I got the floor on, I think I'll put some sort of little, whatever you call it there, weld something up and get it under there to act exactly how that side acts, except here. And the trailer's loads are symmetrical and balanced, and nothing's extra over on this side. Lots to think about when redoing one of these, especially the structure itself, getting the floor, getting the structure set up. Because after that, it's just, you know what I mean? It's work, but structural is where it's at. And if you don't start off properly from the ground up, you're not going to have a good product. So anyway, that's my little rant, my follow-up. Hopefully it helps out someone in the future. Oh, and that middle piece, I put it there just in case this bowed, because it's quite incredible how much weight is there. But it hasn't, like, it's very loose. I could just grab it and move it, it's loose. More than like, because this used to be a wall back there, so you could have access to those 2 cabinets. And these walls, surprisingly, I would say hold some sort of structure. So I put that there just in case before I took the jacks off, in case there was some uplift. Because if you think about it, if that's pushing down, has a potential to go up, especially when I had that cross member of steel. I know it was only a 10 gauge steel, it was like a little over a 16th, but it actually buckled it. I didn't have anything there, but it actually buckled the steel, which was quite surprising to me. Since this is an ultralight, you know, there's not a ton of weight. but enough. And I think it's all these loads are in the back and they're in the front. I gotta crawl underneath there, and this is the bedroom. I gotta crawl underneath there, get up in the front, but I got a feeling it's the same sort of thing, cross member like that. But I'm just worried from this spot back for now, because this is where the 99% of the rot is. This will be future headache. This is do it now headache.